Change your heart, change your life, change the planet.
Hey everybody, it's Tim Van Orden, and I want to answer a question that I got this morning because it's pretty common, and I think it's something that people struggle with. So I was having a conversation with this person about goals and what it is that they would really love to do in their life. And they wanted to play the piano. And they said, I would really, really love to play piano. In fact, I think they used the word, I would die to be able to play the piano brilliantly. Okay, so whenever I hear something like this, I want to back up and ask a question. You would love to do this, or you do love to do this? Because there's a big difference there. And most people get stuck in the would love phase. So we've got this self that is a planner, the self that is a dreamer, but we also have a self that is a doer and a feeler, the experiencing self. And it's all us, but we can think and feel from different places, which is why we often fight with ourselves, plural, because we don't have just one. The goal then is to align this planner and the doer, the thinker and the feeler. The way that you align these different aspects of yourselves is to take a look at what's driving this goal. What is the fantasy? What is the dream? What is the sales pitch? Because if you're presenting the feeler, the doer, with this image of you being proficient, say at playing the piano, and you're just playing beautifully and it's amazing, you love listening to it, other people love you being the entertainer at the party, etc. If you sell that to the feeler and the doer, and then you sit down at a piano and you don't have proficiency, you're stumbling through scales and your fingers aren't going where you want them to go as quickly as you want them to be there, well then this feeler and the doer are going to say, wait a minute, this is not what you advertised. This was not in the brochure. This is a bait and switch. You sold me on the feeling of proficiency. You sold me on the feeling of everybody's going to love me if I can play piano beautifully. But that's not what the doing actually looks like or feels like. It's awkward. It's deliberate, which means I have to force myself to do it. It doesn't feel like flow. It's effortful, and it doesn't sound good. So when we set goals, and we say, I would love to do this, let's make sure that that would is applied to the process and not the result. I would love to sit down and practice scales on the piano every day. I would love that. And then the feeler and the doer, well, you're telling them exactly what this process is going to be. You're saying, yeah, we're going to sit down and we're going to play scales. And then we imagine that. We imagine stumbling through scales. Now, if you do this every day and you get other support as well, you take some lessons from somebody that knows what they're doing, you're going to get better. It's guaranteed that you'll get better. I won't promise you that you'll be a concert pianist. No guarantee of that, but you will get better. You will develop some proficiency. And the more you practice, the more proficiency you'll get. So what is it that you're actually interested in? The fantasy of being a brilliant pianist and being able to touch the keys and have this beautiful melody come out and everybody loving you? Or is it the process? You got to sell the doer on the process, because if you sell the doer and the feeler on the end result, and they buy into it, they're going to be pissed when you sit them down to play the scales to take the lessons, because it doesn't look anything like the image that you got them emotionally attached to. So if there's something in your life that you would love to do, make sure that you also love to do what it takes to get there. Get your doer, get your feeler on board with the process. And let them know that there is benefit to engaging in this process. Let them know that there is growth. They don't always have language. So you have to show them what it feels like. You have to give them images of a positive feeling sitting down and going through the awkward steps of being a beginner. That's how you accomplish goals without willpower, without force, without determination. You get the feeling and doing part of you engaged in the process, and you support them with positive thoughts and images of that process as you do so. Okay? I hope there's something in there for you. This is something I use all the time to get through the different processes in my life and move towards various goals, and it works. So let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for everyone that's currently supporting me on Patreon. And for those of you that aren't yet, for $2 a month, you help me do more of this. And I'm really grateful. Thank you. Bye.